I don't think most people know what is Ranger School, like what is the timeline of, so talk about like, because I know what it is, but this is not like a airborne school. You see guys that have an airborne badge, I was Air Assault. Ranger is like one of the top 4 most difficult things to go through in Navy SEAL, Ranger, Special Forces. Why don't you talk a little bit about the Ranger program?
First, so being Ranger qualified, having the Ranger tab, going to Ranger School doesn't mean you're a Ranger. You're Ranger qualified. It was something you earned going through what we had. We called it Ranger Indoc, Ranger Indoctrination Program, which was 3 weeks of basically just hell. It was just a nut check. Could you do it? Then you get to your battalion. Then you have to prove yourself again, and you have to be a private and being an untabbed private at the 75th Ranger Regiment, at least when I was in, I'm sure it's the same now, it's awful. You're getting, and I'm not gonna lie, hey, Nancy Pelosi, all them, we got hazed every day, hazed. It was awful. They have to see if you wanna be there, because if you can't take that in peacetime, you can't take that when you're back in the States, how are you gonna take it when you start getting shot at? And that was the best thing that could happen to me. You get your level knocked down, but you have to prove yourself physically and with your weapon systems and mentally and emotionally, and then you can go to Ranger School. Then after all that, then you get to go to Ranger School. And Ranger School is, if you count RASP, Ranger Assessment, which is where you go through to get your pre-training for Ranger School. Basically, it's pre-Ranger is what it is. Pre-Ranger, you go to pre-Ranger for 3 weeks. They're teaching you the small unit tactics, they're teaching you infantry tactics. You get to eat a little bit, but you're not getting any sleep, so that's 3 weeks. Then you go through 0 week, which is basically your pre-week waiting for all the infantry officers to get there. So basically, it's just another week of hell at Ranger School. And then IOBC guys, infantry officers come in, and all the officers come in, and you start actually doing Ranger School. That's 2.5 months. If you go straight through, you may recycle.
Give me some of the crazy things you guys were doing.
Well, you're not sleeping. If I got 4 hours of sleep in one night, that was good. I do remember specifically.
If you got 4, that was good.
If you got 4, I do remember specifically one time we were walking, and we were at Benning phase, and I remember, and we saw the old NOS, the old cycloptic 7 deltas, the old single, and they're heavy. I remember we're walking, and it's starting to rain. It's just like, can this get any worse? We already messed up our op. We already didn't get our goes. I was one of the team leaders. I didn't get my go at my station where you have to get graded. And I'm walking up the hill, and then it starts pouring on us. And then you just start falling over each other. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm like a week into this shit. And then I fall on my face. I remember, I think that the 7 deltas imprinted themselves, the serial number imprinted itself on, even with I had my Kevlar on, it still went smack.
Wow.
Right. And it's just little things like that. That's what Ranger School, I tell guys, Ranger School isn't, it's like little hits every day until you just want to, I want to quit. And then towards the end of it, I remember Florida phase, there was one specific, and I actually talked about this in the Ranger way. It was our last hump back. It was about 12, 13 miles. We have one more hump where we've got to do a ruck march back, and then we're done. I'm done.
How much are you carrying at this time?
At this point in time, actually, I was carrying, it was about 70 pounds, and I had the 240. But we also had a sleeping bag we carried, because I went through in the wintertime. Wintertime, it's still cold. I'm a winter ranger, it was miserable.
Where at?
This was actually in Eglin Air Force Base in Florida, Hurlburt, but it's, holy shit, it's colder than hell. I know I just got out of Dahlonega, so I was getting out in the snow, and now I'm like, oh fuck, I get to be in Florida and I get to be warmed up. No, it's not. It's not warm in Florida. Because the last hump, and I'm coming back, and I remember that I started to fall behind, and I'm strong. I'm a strong ruck marcher, at least at that point in time. I don't fall back. I don't ever have problems ruck marching, and I'm falling behind everybody, and we're at 6 miles in. We still got 6 miles to go, and I can't keep up.
How is it? Is it hilly?
Yeah, no, you're going hilly, and my shoulders are screaming, and I never feel like this. And there was this one guy from IOBC that I had helped through. I carried some extra stuff when he was falling behind. Not that you guys know this, but I would smuggle a couple Hua bars every once in a while. And I knew the supply started in Florida, and he would kind of hook, but I gave him to the squad. So I fed him a little bit. Wasn't physically strong, just could push himself. And there was a couple times where I just like, you're an idiot. I would talk down to him because you just get mad, you get angry. Especially when you're hungry and you can't sleep and you don't sleep. Well, I remember he could see me falling back, and I mean, come on, I'm almost done. 6 miles, I'm not gonna make this. And I don't fall out of ruck marches. I can do that. This is easy. And he came up to me and he goes, hey man, can I take that from you? It humbled the hell out of me, because I'm like, holy crap, this guy.
He said it to you?
He came to me.
Wow.
It almost brought tears in my eyes, because like, holy crap, I've been giving you shit, dragging you along, telling you to get your ass up, and then you're gonna actually be a bigger man, and you're gonna come and say, hey, can I take that from you? And he traded me. He took the 240, and I had the only sleeping bag that the squad had. We carried these sleeping bags just in case somebody got hypothermic. We never got to use them. I just had to carry it, so I had it all discombobulated on my ruck. So that's why my shoulders were all screaming, because I wasn't sitting right. And he got it fixed for me, and I made it. I was like, oh, okay. And I took off, and I was fine.
That was it.
But it was just one of those things and that really showed me, even though I passed and I got through and I was miserable and it sucked and we were freezing, he showed me character. He showed me that sometimes, the guy that you're thinking not going to make it, the guy that you're giving crap to, that yes, you're helping, but really you're helping him maybe out of pity more than anything else. He's the one that's going to come in, he's going to be able to take the onus, and he's the one that's going to get you through.
That's a trip.
It was humbling. It was amazing. I wish I remembered his name too. I remember specifically because I really thought I was done. I thought I was like, crap, I've been through all this, I'm going to have to recycle.
And you're almost there. You're wrapping it up.
Yep, 6 miles where I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to have to do this all over again. And he just comes out of nowhere. Hey man. He could have, the way I acted to him, he could have said, F you, dude.
Is the 240 the saw, or what is
That's the big machine gun. The old M60 is now the 240, so it's the big 7.62 belt fed. It's a little heavier.
Do they call it a saw or no?
No, a saw's a smaller one.
Saw's a smaller
249.
one. I used to carry the saw.
It can be single person, but it's usually you have the machine gunner, then the assistant gunner, then the ammo bearer.
That's not a light weapon.
No,
You're carrying a pretty.
No, that was a lot, and then because I was one of the stronger guys in the squad. Honestly, I think God said, you know what, we're going to humble you. You've been an arrogant SOB getting through this thing straight through. We're gonna scare you a little bit and humble you, and we're going to say you're real. I do really think that because I never fall out. I was very blessed to have good leg strength, be a good runner, and could carry a lot of weight. And yeah, he humbled the hell out of me. Don't be that arrogant leader anymore.